Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ritchie. I, along with several other people, produce a program weekly entitled Railroaded in Missoula, the Homeless Story. This program is a successor to Railroaded, Tales of the Homeless. We discuss many of the situations concerning poverty, homelessness, panhandling, and other various situations in Missoula. We are very concerned with the treatment that those on the lower rung of the economic ladder receive. Many injustices are perpetrated on this community. Many of these people live in fear of the next day. Many of these people need help. Many of these people are good people. They're honest people. They've had a stroke of bad luck. They have physical disabilities. They have mental illnesses. They have problems that everybody else has. Lack of education. 50% of the homeless people cannot read or write. Tell time. How are they going to fill out a job application? This is what Railroaded in Missoula, Tales of the Homeless, is concerned with. We cannot correct the causes, and we cannot really treat the symptoms. The agencies in Missoula can. One of the purposes of the program is to bring these symptoms to your attention, to ask your help in treating these symptoms. And when the people on this rung of the economic ladder, those less fortunate than you and I, are dealt injustices, we'll expose it. We've done it in the past. We'll tell you what happened. We'll tell you who did it. And there's always an opportunity for the perpetrator of what we believe are misdeeds and injustices to counteract what we have to say, to come on the program. In 2 years, nobody has been willing to come onto the program. A lot of things happen in Missoula. It's a real diverse community. Lately we've been studying panhandling. There are panhandlers and there are criminals who panhandle. And there's a big difference. The core of our focus has been and still remains to a certain extent the Poverello. Many people go to the Poverello daily, weekly, for food, clothing, and shelter. Things have improved tremendously at the Poverello. Clients are receiving better treatment. It's not perfect. Employees are making mistakes, intentional or unintentional. Well-intentioned, time will tell. Railroaded in Missoula, the homeless story, is interested in these people who are clients of the Poverello. Many of them have jobs. Some have 2 or 3 jobs. But they make minimum wage. They have a problem supporting themselves. Those that have families have a bigger problem supporting their families. Getting the kids to school is a problem. Education is the key. The kids must go to school. This is a problem. Many problems exist with the clients of the Poverello and the clients of the homeless community. None of the problems can be solved overnight or just with cash donations. It takes a joint effort on behalf of the community. One of the greatest things that Missoula can do is to volunteer. Adopt an agency. Be a volunteer. Learn what the so-called other side of life is like. You may be surprised. You will get an education. Contact an agency. Adopt an agency. Become a volunteer on a steady basis. Get to know the clients. You'll be on a first-name basis with them before long. A mutual trust will develop. They'll love you for it. And you'll love yourself for what you're doing. Find out what's happening in Missoula. Find out what you can do to help. Thursday nights, 10 p.m. The program is repeated Saturday night at 10 p.m. Railroaded in Missoula, the homeless story. It's an all-encompassing program about those less fortunate than you and I. Educate yourselves. Thursdays, 10 p.m. Saturdays, 10 p.m. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. Hello and good evening, and welcome. My name is Ritchie. I host and produce a program here on MCAT. It's called Railroaded in Missoula, the homeless story. It's on Thursday nights at 10 p.m., and it's repeated again on Saturday night at 10 p.m. We discuss the homeless situation here in Missoula. What is being done for the homeless people? What is not being done for the homeless people? What's happening to the homeless people? And what's not happening to the homeless people? We discuss the local shelter, the Poverello. When something goes wrong, we expose it. We're interested in all of the benefits of life that the homeless people are entitled to. And this includes those on the lower end of the economic ladder. Many people here in Missoula have to work 2-3 jobs, and they still can't make it. They have problems. They have to avail themselves of the services of the various agencies around Missoula, including the Poverello. We discuss their lifestyles, we listen to their complaints, we pass on their gripes. We look at them pretty much in depth, and occasionally we'll take a look around at other sections of the country to see what's happening. San Francisco, New York, Galveston, Texas, Eugene, Oregon. Find out how homeless people are being treated there. We discussed very much this past summer panhandling, which is not a criminal offense. The problem is there are criminals who panhandle. Most panhandlers are just looking for food money, gas money, a way to get out of town, or just to get through another day in Missoula. Sometimes they only want a couple of bucks altogether for a soda and a burrito. A lot of the people in the homeless shelters around the country, and here in Missoula, are part of what is called the graying of America. Pre-seniors and seniors are showing up much more than they have in the past. And these people are homeless usually for the first time. Something went wrong. Many people, without realizing it, are an illness away or a paycheck away from being in a food line, or going to a soup kitchen, or going to one of the other agencies for some kind of help. We discuss these things. Being homeless, or being on the lower end of the economic ladder, does not put a person in the one-size-fits-all category. There are no two people alike. They all have different stories, different reasons, different causes, and different hopes and dreams. Remember, Martin Luther King once said, if you give up your dreams, what's left? That's what many homeless people have. Many cases they can act on these dreams. With the help of agencies, they can do something. They can get back into the regular society that you and I know. But a lot of people can't make it. There's a lot of mental illness in the homeless community. There's a lot of physical sickness in the homeless community. And in the homeless community, the average lifespan is 51 years. 51 years, the average lifespan. Due to many causes, illness, criminal activities, resulting in death. Some people just wear out by that age. They just lay down and that's it. So there's a lot to be done in and for the homeless community. And this is what the program, Railroaded in Missoula, the homeless story, hopes to bring to you. To see that the homeless people get a fair shake, that they're adequately fed, adequately housed, adequately clothed. And again, most people are not homeless because they want to be homeless. But, like there are a few criminals acting as panhandlers, there are a few malcontents that just want to live off of society. It's probably something we just have to put up with. We can't cut off our noses to spite our faces. So we just help everybody. And that's what the program's about. And that's what the information that the program hopes to give to the community of Missoula. The problems, the solutions, the hopes, the dreams, the successes, and the failures. So I would ask, if you have the time on a Thursday night or a Saturday night at 10 p.m., sit down and listen. The shows usually run a minimum of 20 minutes, usually not more than 30 to 35 minutes. I hope you'll listen, and I hope you find it interesting. Thank you, good night, and God bless.